Have you ever wondered why pro players always seem to have more stamina than you? No matter how good your pathing is, no matter how good your movement is, no matter how good at looping you are, they always seem to just have just enough stamina to keep extending that chase. Well, today I'm going to finally explain why that happens. Now, this is something I've wanted to make a video on for quite a while. Well, because I have seen many players make this exact mistake. It doesn't matter whether you're a beginner or whether you have been playing the game for 69,100 hours, or whether you've been playing the game for 25,100 hours. This one thing alone completely changes the outcome of your chase. Now, before we get into this guide, it does assume you've already understood the basics of looping. If you have watched my other 20 videos on how to loop in Roblox Forsaken. If you don't, that's completely fine, because I'll explain everything as I go. Now, as you see in the background, I popped a chicken and I slashed, because I knew the slasher didn't have gashing wound, because I baited it out earlier. And as you can see, I'm actually using the run key on my keyboard. You see, this is a hidden technique not many players know. Anyways, let's get into it, because once we get into it, you're never going to be able to look back. Okay, so starting off with what we're doing here, you can see I'm going away from the killer, because at the moment I don't have slash and I bait out his gashing wound, and that's basically the same thing as if I hit a slash. And you know, I gotta make sure I keep distance and bait out his moves like the behead. But like something you have to focus on too is I want you to pay attention to the stamina bar. Don't pay attention to the killer, don't pay attention to the loop. This is going to be very important later. Now you'll notice I'm sprinting here after hitting my slash, and when you notice I'm sprinting, now a lot of players will keep holding sprint. But look what I'm doing differently. Instead of continuing to hold sprint, I'm holding sprint and then I stop. And then I sprint again, and then I stop in a pit. You see, this is something very revolutionary. Now, you may ask why. Well, think about this. If you continuously sprint, you're continuously using stamina. Now, obviously, that's pretty straightforward, but it's something a lot of new players and old players don't think about during a chase. Instead, I stop, especially when I get a slash, and I make distance. And then I wait for the killer to make his decision, and I wait for his double back, and I stop, I run. And you see, I got around him here because I baited him out to run into the distance. And so instead, I stop, then I continue sprinting. Now let's move on to another example. You see here, right? See how I stop? I knew the killer was far enough away to where I could actually walk. Right here, it looks like a completely different situation than before, but it's the exact same thing as you'll see. It's almost exactly the same. What lots of pro players do is this exactly in the background. I actually learned this exact thing when playing against my biggest rival, the lean, mean, green machine XYZZ. And as you notice, I'll sprint, then I stop again. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want to actually be constantly using stamina if I don't need to. This becomes especially important once the killer catches up, like here when I'm chickening. Because if they catch up when you're low on stamina, you're low stamina. Now, that's something we'll come back to later. A lot of people think stamina management is just about not hitting zero. That's actually the main part of it. It's also about understanding when you should be sprinting. Like here, I should be sprinting. And when you shouldn't, this sounds very simple, but in practice, it's a lot harder than people think. You see, I tried to go to Hogwarts there, but I actually missed the door. So I had to run away. But you see, I'm going to try bait him here, as you can see. I baited walk speed override, you know, his strong move. Because like during a chase, you have to make those decisions very quickly. As you can see, the way he's following me, it means I'm going to actually die soon if I don't hit a slash. So you see, I sprint away to get enough distance to wait for my slash to come back. And then you see how I hit the slash. You see, this is a secret juking tech that many people don't know about their stamina management. And as you see, I gotta keep running away from the killer, but unfortunately, we're gonna have to lose. You see, this is only this time's okay, but nothing too good. Moving on into the next clip. This is actually a 5,000 hour John Doe player I found off the streets. He might be a homeless man, but he is actually 5,000 hours. And you see what I'm doing right here, right? You see digital footprints, you actually gotta make sure you avoid those. Okay, so as you see here, I've zoned myself, and generally you're gonna not want to not do that. And you see, he tried to actually trap me in, but he missed his spikes thanks to my slash tech. And you see, I just did my slash tech there. And you see, he actually goes to spike here, and I bait out the spikes, right? And then I run to get through the spikes, as you can see. But unfortunately, a random spike spawned and cut me off. But it's okay because after I do my juking tech, I'm up. You see, this is another good example of stamina management. You see the way I pop my burger here? It actually allows me to regain my stamina. And then you see when I get into this corner, I'm gonna want to get my stamina management here. Because you see, I was running, so I need to regen, okay? Wait, hold on. Wait, don't look, wait, hold on. Look at the seal. Okay, sorry, we had a distraction there, you see, I'm actually running away from the killer right now. And you see, in the competitive Roblox Forsaken League Discord, where I find this 5,000 hour homeless man, I actually learned this from the big man himself, the hooded, Starlixer, the hooded Starlixer. And as you can see, he uses the spikes to cut me off here, and I go into the dead zone, but it's okay because I hit my slash. You see, now you're gonna see a good example of stamina management, right? You see the way that I actually run, and then I walk, and then I run. And you see he places his digital footprint, so I use this time run away and get distance. As he goes for spikes, but since I'm managing my stamina, I'm positioned at the right place to dodge the spikes. And you see from here, I'm going to want to actually manage my stamina. As you can see, and he goes to bait out my block with his M1, which I thankfully do not fall for. And now my dagger cooldown's back, but unfortunately I missed, so I have to run out of the carnival. Because you see, I did the tech where he misses his spikes. And I tried to go through the spikes, but unfortunately my crouch stab was on cooldown. But it's okay, because as you can see here, it's going to be fine because I'm managing my stamina, right? So you see, he goes for spikes, and what actually happens here is so basically you see, I run until I'm at low stamina, because if I keep running, I'll zero, right? But as you can see, I'm actually still running. But what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna regenerate my stamina, and then I get hit by a stray spike. So you may be wondering what the elusive stamina tech is. It's stopping to regenerate your stamina.